This week on The Franchise, presented by GEHA.
These are the best players in the world, and now the challenge is to even be better than that.
Right now, this is what we've been building for.
Everything starts with the locker room. We got a group of guys that aren't really caught up in statistics or touchdowns. They just want to win.
Hey, we work all off season, moment like these. Show playmakers on three. 1, 2, 3. Playmakers.
Who? Yeah, you look good. Your feet were so fast, they didn't know where you were going. Man. You made them freeze up. It was a nice cut, too. Nice cut. Coach Reed puts a lot of emphasis on special teams here, and it's a major philosophy for him. All right, man, here we go. Punts, got punts. You know, when you play good offense, good defense, and special teams, you know, you're successful, so. Stay here, turn around. Go. The bottom half of the roster, you know, we try to give those guys a lot of opportunities to prove themselves, and if they prove themselves on special teams as well as offense and defense, they'll end up making our team. Good. Let's break it down. Teams. 1, 2, 3. Teams. Here we go, guys. Hey, Green Bay field goal! For Green Bay field goal block! The Green Bay game, our fourth preseason game. It's the twos. We kind of know what our team is going to be. I'd say probably 90% of the team is set. We kind of know. And those are the guys that won't play in the game. All right, just so you know, this field goal block is going to be in the whole game. All right, there is no subs. You guys are in the whole game, field goal block and field goal. Okay, here we go. We meet every day after practice and we rank our players. We'll sit down and I'll actually tell him, hey, he's a 4-phase guy for us. I see him as a 2-phase player for us. That one again. I see him as a non-player. He's not going to play for us on special teams. So those things we talk about it every day, and towards the end of the training camp, we'll know exactly where they stand. Good, there you go, good. Right 28. That's a good bang. Good job. There's probably 1 to 5 guys, really, every year that you're really looking at to see, are they going to make the team or are they not going to make the team? Really, that game is really for those guys to really create a resume for themselves, because a lot of those guys, you know, they're not going to make your team, but they possibly could make another team. You're getting better, man. You're just getting better. The thing that's hurting you is time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you are getting better every day.
I felt like I had a really good week last week, too.
Just keep going. You know, we talk about how what you put on tape is your resume. I mean, that's what goes to other teams. That's what teams are looking at. If you make plays on special teams, that says a lot about you. All right, last one right here, guys. This is the last one. I'm excited every year. You know, it never really changes, but you're also at the same time, you're nervous, you know, about what are you going to put on the field. I mean, you never really know. You have an idea, hey, I think we could be pretty good, you know, and I feel that way again. But, you know, you never know how guys are going to react with the young players. You know how the veterans are going to react, but the young players, you know, those are the question marks. So that's always there in the back end. But this year in particular, man, the buzz is unbelievable. It's kind of exciting. We really can't wait to get going. You know, Patrick Mahomes and then what's going on defense, the guys flying around on defense. You know, if we could do our part on special teams, we could all come together and make this a special year.
Good morning and welcome to the official start of the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs season. Who's ready for this?
These are the best players in the world, and now the challenge is to even be better than that.
Everything starts with the locker room. We got a group of guys that aren't really caught up in statistics or touchdowns. They just want to win. It's been a 7-year process to get this locker room and this team to where we are now, and we're excited about it.
Big changes here. Staff, players. What excites you about the potential of this defense?
Steve's had a tremendous amount of success in the National Football League. When you get Steve, you get a lot of energy. And it was fun to see the competition this year between the offense and the defense at training camp. The offense would get them one day, and then the defense would get them one day. And that's the way you get better. There's this energy and there's this brotherhood that goes on there that is really neat to watch.
A football team can only win if you have leadership. Hitch, I'm going to start with you. Scheme change. All of a sudden now, 4-3.
At the end of the day, it's football. The main thing is going to be stopping the run.
When you get to the playoffs, teams actually don't pass the ball. They run. When you have 4 dominant guys up front, you got guys like Hitch who can fill the gaps. So me and my guy Frank can get out get after the quarterback. Because we stagnation, and we're going to stop the run, but we also going to get sacked. So you can't take that away from us,
Kels, this offense, man, where do you go from here, and what excites you about what you've seen?
I think we're going to pass the ball this year. And we're going to pass it a lot. Even when you think we're running it, we're probably going to pass. Big Red, down me up, baby. Let's go, Chiefs Kingdom.
Pat, I'm not going to ask you about the offense. I'm going to ask you about all this and this team.
We have guys that want to be great. And in order to be great, in order to get to the Super Bowl, in order to win it, it's a day-by-day process. And that drive that we have within this whole room, from the fans to the team to the coaches, no matter what it is what's going to get us to that Super Bowl in the end.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got me? Okay. Brett, this is the one time a year that I'm not jealous of your role. The next 48 hours, take us through how difficult it is and what you and your staff have to do.
Yeah, well, everyone thinks the draft is crazy and the free agency period is crazy, but this truly is the most hectic time of year. Every team is going to cut their roster by almost 40 guys, so there'll be a lot of names coming through the waiver wire, but I think what we're looking for tonight is we're looking for guys to really make the decisions for us. Had a chance to talk to some of the young guys last night, and I think the depth level at all these positions, whether it be the 8th or 9th offensive lineman, defensive lineman, 5th, 6th corner, 5th, 6th wideout, I think all these positions are up for grabs, so we'll go back and again review the tape that our guys put on film and compare it to what's out there and make some calls and make decisions that are best for the team.
I appreciate it.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Yep.
Let me get 2 beats, 2 crosses. Ooh! Ready? Ooh!
For many of the players on the Chiefs roster, tonight's game in Green Bay could be their last. After the final whistle sounds, Brett Veach and his staff will reduce the roster from 90 to 53. And for those players on the bubble, these next 4 quarters mean everything.
This ain't the last stop, dog. And whatever you didn't learn from this experience, take it to the next one, dog. We're balling out, man. Let's go. DB's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'll tell you what, I know we're going to finish this thing the right way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's finish on the 1. Finish on the 1. 3, 2, 1, finish. For the guys that playing, make sure y'all lock in, man. Make sure, if y'all don't make this team, y'all got an ability to make somebody else's team, man. Give it all you got tonight, bro. It's been a hell of a ride, man. I enjoyed you guys, man. Hey, let's grind that on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jack Fox kicks this game off. Darius Shepard's gonna stay put.
3 and out, baby, let's go.
I mean, depth is really everything in this league. It's a long season, and we certainly have aspirations to play 19 games. The hard part is now these are tough decisions, and guys really did a great job competing and battling for roster spots. So I think our goal was to go out there and make this as competitive as possible, because we know in the long run it'll pay off.
Trent, I love when you brought it up a couple weeks ago. The 4th preseason game was critical for you during your career, getting those reps and getting on tape.
Well, even though there are a lot of starters on both sidelines that aren't playing tonight, this is an opportunity, as you just said. You're getting your reps.
So for so many of these guys, chance to get some moments to shine.
Now he comes underneath with a pass at the 40, wide open 45. It's DeAnthony Thomas.
And it's Thompson. He splits the 2 defenders, and he's about a half-yard shy of the first down. Cody Thompson, undrafted, and he's been efficient, Trent. When they've thrown him the football, he's caught.
Let's go, baby. Couple long balls I should have had. Now you cool, baby. Still got 2 more quarters.
Packers now back up at their own 13. Kaiser's in trouble. Fires it. Intercepted. Jordan Lucas at the 15. Inside the 10 and down to the 6.
Let's go! Hey, you done, man. Hey, man, good hand.
Let's talk about that job, baby.
Shermer hands out.
Jordan.
Wants a left side throw. Fortson! And a back shoulder throw. Touchdown! Kansas City! And Jody Fortson, the pride of
Big Jody. Big Jody. Yeah.
Fox is going to kick it off. Shepard waits for a chance at a return. Shepard from the 2. Shepard balls out. Balls out. Chiefs say they have it. Waiting for the signal, and it's Chiefs football.
Another big play. We talked about trying to figure out those final roster spots. You got to make some contributions on special teams.
We take a lot of pride in our special teams play, and we have one of the best special teams coaches in the NFL, and Dave Tobe. And if you are a guy that is going to be a depth level player, you have to be able to produce on teams. So we take a lot of pride in the way we evaluate that, and it goes a long way into making this team.
27-20, the final score, and we put a bow on this 2019 Chiefs preseason. A ton of fun. The anticipation for week 1 is off the charts.
Now it's time for the regular season.
It is. Jacksonville on the 8th.
As soon as the game ends in Green Bay, I mean, we immediately start the process of making roster decisions and getting the number down from 90 to 53. There's nothing quite like this weekend where every team is going to cut close to 40 players. Our pro staff does a great job of monitoring the guys that pass through the waiver wire. And sometimes you're able to add guys immediately after the preseason, and sometimes you're going to add guys in weeks 2, 3, or 4. So like any GM, I think there's always room for improvement, and we'll continue to look for ways to improve our team. So from the time the game ends, right through the weekend, you're continually evaluating your roster and trying to make moves that will help your team throughout the course of the season.
Cowboys brass. And finally, Shady was released by the Bills when they agreed to a 1-year deal, reuniting with Andy Reid and playing for the Chiefs. What was the most intriguing running back news this weekend? Nate?
Well, I'm going to go with LaShawn McCoy. Yeah. I mean, when you think about what LaShawn McCoy has meant to the running back position, I mean, he encompasses all the skills.
Brett Veach and the Chiefs have added yet another deadly weapon to an already explosive offensive attack. LaShawn "Shady" McCoy was drafted 53rd overall by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2009 NFL Draft and experienced some of the best years of his career under then head coach Andy Reid. And although McCoy was traded to Buffalo in 2015, he was still successful, being selected to 3 consecutive Pro Bowls during his 4 years with the Bills. McCoy's choice of the Chiefs not only reunites him with his former head coach in Andy Reid, and one of his biggest advocates in Brett Veach, but it also adds to a backfield already ripe with talent.
How y'all doing today?
You guys fire away. Sean, what made this the right place to land at?
Just when I had time to reflect, just how the season went last year and what type of scheme I wanted to be in. And I thought this was probably the best fit for me. I mean, you see the offense. These guys are rolling. And to be part of that, I think I have a great chance at a championship. And I think the best part about it is Andy Reid, who is one of my favorites, coaches of my NFL career, and Brett Veach, a guy that believed in me for years. So this was the right fit, I think so.
Do you feel like an offense like this can kind of get your career numbers back to kind of the way it was under Coach Reid?
I think so, just with the players around that they have here. I want to say majority of my career, I've always been like the key guy. When I come here and, you got the quarterbacks and all the wide receivers, even in the backfield, they have some good players. So I'm an older player, and I want to stretch my career out as long as possible. I want to be productive as well. I'm open to working hard, competing, but the ultimate goal is to win. That's one thing that I haven't done yet. I've had good numbers, but I want to win. And whatever it takes to get that done, we'll do.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
All right. It's great to get to this point now, preparing for week 1, and in particular against the Jags. We respect that football team, and we worked yesterday. Now the guys are in a normal routine.
For head coach Andy Reid and the Chiefs, the dress rehearsals are over. This Sunday, Kansas City will travel to Jacksonville, where they'll open the 2019 regular season on the road. And although the Jaguars may have a new-look offense led by Super Bowl 52 champion and MVP Nick Foles, they still boast one of the league's deadliest defenses. A defense that visited Kansas City in Week 5 last season, holding the eventual league MVP to 0 touchdown passes for the only time in 2018.
Intercepted his first of the year, picked off on an overthrow.
When you've got a team that you played before, how do you go about playing games the way they played you?
Yeah, you definitely have notes. You get to watch the game a couple times, seeing how they went about it and what they had success with and what we had success with. They were like both running like right like this. I don't know where to go. Jacksonville has a great defense. They have guys in every single position that can make plays. And so that's stuff that you have to play against a great defense like that. You have to make sure that you're on top of your game the whole entire game. And that's stuff that I'll have to do better this year.
This defense is very skilled. I mean, they play fast. They got some guys that can get up the field. They got some guys that can rush the passer. They got one of the top corners, premier corner in the league in Jalen Ramsey. So we just got to make sure that we're right mentally and that we can go out and display our physical capabilities.
Displaying physical capabilities has never been an issue for the Chiefs, especially when it comes to the wide receiver position. In 2018, Tyreek Hill set an all-time Chiefs record in receiving yards,
Tyreek Hill in a deep pattern, and Hill makes the catch.
while finishing the year with the second most touchdown catches in franchise history.
Bootleg throwback attempt, throwing long. Tyreek Hill's wide open. There goes the cheetah.
All leading to his third consecutive Pro Bowl appearance, capping off a memorable junior season for the Chiefs wideout.
You just go ahead and keep being special, dog. You keep being special.
However, this week, the man they call the Cheetah will be going toe-to-toe with a familiar foe, cornerback Jalen Ramsey, a duo that certainly likes to compete.
Obviously competitive, but when he's facing a guy like Tyreek, does he get to another level?
Yeah, he's locked in. I think when he gets challenged, that's when he's his best.
Running under the ball, catch Tyreek Hill. Jalen Ramsey burned by Tyreek Hill, the return specialist, for 36 yards.
I think he's looking forward to it, and I really look forward to watching us play on Sunday.
With all due respect, Jalen Ramsey is a hell of a player. We look at it as, you know what, we're lining up to go play against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus them, and may the best team win.
How can you not like my homeboy? Oh, that offense is back. Tyreek, they got Hartman, another 4-3 guy, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce. It's done.
For Patrick Mahomes, you know what? This is a payback game. When he played the Jaguars last year, it was
Look, it's scary to think about the offense that saw their quarterback win MVP and throw 50 touchdowns getting better. Do you think they're better this year?
Yeah, MVP last year, he'll be the MVP this year, too. He's on a mission this season, but also today.
We work all season for moments like these. When you get on that field, I need everything you got for your brothers beside you. Let's go, fly around, make plays. Show playmakers on 3, 1, 2, 3.
In the National Football League, it's 2 words that's the best way to describe the opening weekend. For real.
Let's go, man. Let's make a statement. Play the play. Let's go, man. Hey, defense on 3, 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Here the Chiefs are in Jacksonville. Let's get our field report, and man, is it going to be hot today.
Thanks, Mitch. You guys got up a great point regarding the heat and humidity, but the good news is for the Chiefs is that the Chiefs head athletic
Build the ball right here. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hey, let's go. Let's be great. Here we go.
4-man front for the Jaguars. As Mahomes holding it, firing it late, caught at the 40.
Oh, look out! Sammy Watkins!
10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City! Sammy Watkins, a 67-yard touchdown right out of the gate.
Explosion in Jacksonville.
Somehow Pat looked at me and I looked at him and I caught it and, just ran fast as I could. And the work I put in the offseason, just got to continue to build on that and come to work every day with the worker mentality. And I think once I keep doing that and everything else will play out.
Forget the little firecrackers. The Chiefs fire a Roman candle on the first series. Mahomes to the reborn Sammy Watkins.
All that hard work.
So, Nick Foles just had that magical run with Philadelphia, then last year put in a similar situation. He flourished once again.
Chiefs 10, Jags nothing. Nick Foles in the shotgun. A trio of receivers to the near side. Foles will throw it long. Jump ball, he's running Chark, and the ball is going to be caught in the end zone over the shoulder.
DJ Chark, the over-the-shoulder grab. And a major highlight for the Jaguars.
Well, that was very unfortunate. As that ball was up there, you could have used a sundial to time it. Either way, the touchdown happens, and you deal with it. You move on.
10-7 Chiefs, they're moving again. Williams in at running back, Damian Williams. They fake to him. Deep drop this time. Mahomes swings it right side, wide open. Sammy Watkins again. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! It's a Sammy Watkins palooza.
The Legion of Zoom strikes again.
Little play action pass, and nobody near number 14 as he coasts in the end zone twice now in the first quarter.
Sammy Watkins!
Yeah, something to keep in mind when the Chiefs go back on offense is that Tyreek Hill was just taken off on the cart. He was sitting in the front seat, but he was taken back to the locker room in the cart.
He had an injury in the game where he landed on his shoulder.
We still transported him to Baptist Medical Center. We'll give you an update in the next day or two. Thank you.
Patrick Mahomes, 211 passing yards, most in a first quarter by any quarterback since 2004. Peyton Manning had 247.
I mean, we always have confidence going into any game, no matter who we're playing. We knew Jacksonville had a very good defense. They played us really well last year, so we really prepared ourselves to do what we could to have success in the field, and I was able to get the ball out of my hands, and guys were making plays.
I mean, not many times does a Wazoo guy get Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, but Gardner Minshew did, and right now he's playing like a veteran in relief of the starter Nick Foles, who was knocked out of the game.
Gardner Minshew directing Jacksonville on a 6-minute drive and looking very comfortable in doing so. Nick Foles knocked out of the game in the first
Yeah, and I
quarter.
think that is the key to the second half for this defense of Kansas City is to put a little hitch in the giddy-up of Gardner Minshew.
Chiefs maybe showing a blitz to his left shoulder. Takes the shotgun snap. Big pressure. They got the screen set up. The Chiefs pull it down. On the ball's out and picked up by Kansas City. They're going to rule this a fumble recovery. Picked up by Rashawn Breeland. Damian Wilson. And the Chiefs get the much-coveted turnover.
Right there, great job by the defense bringing pressure and also coming over there making the play by the defense to force.
They're pretty damn good. I mean, you got to give them credit. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat, and hopefully we can do a better job. And they've done that to a lot of football teams. So got to learn from it and get better.
Let's punch it in! Let's go!
Second down, goal to go for the Chiefs at the 3. Mahomes out of the shotgun, wants to throw, fires near side, caught! Touchdown! Kansas City, and Sammy Watkins with the catch and an incredible game.
You will be! You will be!
His third TD and 198 yards on the day on 9 receptions. Been targeted 11 times, and he is simply having a career day.
Huge crowd here today of Kansas Cityans and Chiefs fans. The Chiefs Kingdom has shown up in Jacksonville, but so has this football team. Minshew, the rookie, to throw, dumps it, and the pass is going to be intercepted at the 15-yard line. Frank Clark's got it. And Clark off the deflection. It was deflected twice.
Got a pick. Tell Deion Sanders, holla at me. Got more picks to have the DBs in the league right now.
Kansas City will go to 1-0. Andy Reid, an impressive 6-1 in opening games as the Kansas City Chiefs head coach. A road victory in Jacksonville. Again, last year they were number 1 in the NFL. Today they yield 40 to Patrick Mahomes, Sammy Watkins, and the Chiefs. The Capital Central.
Hey, bring it up, baby. Bring it up. 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 Listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you think you played right now. It doesn't matter. You enjoy every win in the National Football League. Then we'll take care of business and we'll correct the mistakes. But for right now, you enjoy it. I just got one little thing for you. Just number 1. How about those Chiefs? Yes, sir. We want as many of those as we can get. Right there.
It's on now. It's on, folks. Welcome to our first Chiefs Kingdom show of the season. This just in, we got a heck of a football team. And just so you know, last year the Jags were number 1 in the NFL in their home stadium, only giving up 15 points a game. The Chiefs got 40 points against them. So we got a big night planned because a special guest tonight. Give a Chiefs Kingdom welcome to the NFL MVP, Patrick Mahomes. What a start to the season to go in there against that team. They were number 1 in the NFL in disallowing points. Just the battle that game was yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to go against a great defense like that and you have a lot of success, it shows you that all the work that you put in the offseason is paying off at an early time. And so it's awesome to get off to a start like that. We went and looked at the tape today, and we know we have to make a lot of adjustments, but we're happy with where we started at.
I want to ask you a couple things. Toughness is underrated on our team, right? But at camp, in the dog days, grinding away, it's like you have fun doing this. Like, were you the kid down the block that's calling everybody going, hey, we got a game up, come on over?
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved to go out there and compete. I've always loved to go out there and be with my best friends, the guys that have been like brothers to me, and go out there and just give it them all. And I think that's vice versa with the guys that we have on this team. And we pick each other up whenever someone might not have that same energy they had the day before. And when you have a team like that is when you build success.
It was a blessing the night I will never forget it when we announced this guy is our quarterback. It is so awesome to share the battle with you. This is cool. Patrick Mahomes, National Football League MVP. We come back. We're going to continue throughout our evening as we get ready. It's not just any week, it's Raider.
I think the hype really built up our confidence. What it made us do is stay accountable. You know, you don't want all that hype and then it not to be true. You know, you want it to come true and be everything it is or even more than what it is. So with that, it was just a whole lot of hard work that turned into a lot of confidence to go out and into week one and show out.
Ooh, boy, you better get it going. Hey, that's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie, when we got to the stadium, the Chiefs were already there. I mean, it was like it was a home game for us almost. It's awesome, man, and that's why you love the Chiefs Kingdom, because they travel like the best of them, and they're always showing support.
We ain't there yet. Don't peek too soon yet. Don't peek too soon. We ain't there yet. We ain't there yet.
I really haven't felt butterflies in a while. I just get extremely excited.
Now peek. Nothing. Go! Hey, let's go. Let's be great.
They're a tough defense, man. They're gonna come up, put their hands on you, hit you in the mouth. They're gonna let you know that they're there, and we got the players to be able to put anyone, anywhere, and the luxury of Patrick Mahomes back there to dice it up.
45 and into Jaguar territory to the 38. A play-action pass.
Okay.
Deep into Jaguar territory.
Am I? Down me up, baby.
3rd and 4. Chiefs at the 10 of Jacksonville. 7-0. Play action fake. Now rolling near side is Mahomes and overthrows Kelsey, who was open in the back of the end zone. They had action.
During the play, it was like, oh man, I just know someone's back there. Like he was looking whoever, and somebody's in back of the end zone, and nobody was there. And it was just one of those, missed that opportunity.
My bad. I thought higher. Yeah, it was softer. I saw that guy was trying to move him.
He was. I could have helped you. Ran to the open.
The flip side of it is I've been on that side of screwing up a play and not getting a touchdown when he's throwing a money ball. But there's going to be 3 or 4 times throughout the year that Pat's going to get me a touchdown that I had no business being in the end zone with, and that's just because of his talent with how he can throw the ball.
It don't stop, baby. It don't stop. It don't stop, baby. It don't stop. Hey, foot right back on the gas pedal, baby. Right back on the gas pedal, baby.
It's 4 quarters, man, and it takes a lot of concentration. It takes a lot of effort.
Let's punch it in!
To be able to dominate a football game for 4 quarters. And of course, we came out on fire, but to do that for 4 quarters and take a team's will away, man, that's tough to do. I mean, there's a lot of grown men out here that play this game and play it tough and play it to win every single week. And to be able to go into somebody else's stadium and do that, I mean, that takes a lot of grit to be able to pull that off.
Next week, the Chiefs go to Oakland. You got to recover from this game and then get ready for division football next week.
I can pretty much guarantee that it's not going to be like Jacksonville. The black hole, it being the last year there, and the Chiefs being, if not their biggest rival, one of their biggest rivals. I'm pretty sure they're going to show out and show up and be loud and be the black hole, man. Which is it's fun and it's intense and it's hostile, and I love it, man.